How much truth fits in a single frame? Can a lens capture identity, memory, and belonging? Meet Amrita Chandradas, a Singaporean photojournalist who sees stories where others scroll past. From kampongs to questions of home, her images ask us to look deeper. I'm Chris Choo. This is HOTPLATE SG60. Amrita, welcome to HOTPLATE SG60.
Thank you. Really excited. Yeah.
You know, not much of a photographer, but I'm definitely a gearhead.
Are you?
So I buy lots of cameras, because they're such fascinating things. Now, out of these three cameras, which is your favorite?
Wow. This is my baby.
Okay.
I would say this too, but this is my favorite.
Okay.
This is also my favorite, and it's hard. It's really hard.
Is this because this is medium format?
Yes, that's medium format, and that's on film. And that was a camera that I bought secondhand while I was studying in uni. And it was a friend who was, giving up film photography and going to digital. But I was going in the opposite direction.
Okay.
I wanted to shoot on film. And I think what I like about it is shooting on medium format, you only have 12 frames. So you have to think very carefully before you make the image compared to the digital photography.
Where anyone can be a passable photographer, right? Because if I shoot 1,000 frame, 1,000 photos, odds are 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 ain't going to work out, right? So, this camera really brings back a lot of memories. Because
Does it?
My dad was a pretty good photographer, and he had Hasselblads.
Oh, it was.
I grew up with lots of Hasselblads. He had a couple of Leicas as well. And the old school glass is just amazing.
Yeah.
Have you got a Hasselblad lens on this?
It's a Zeiss actually.
A Zeiss, is
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Zeiss, Zeiss is great, and it gives just a totally different look. Right?
Yeah, it's totally different, and I mean it's fixed at a 80, but works as a 50, and so I've never changed the lens. I've left it as it is on the camera.
Okay.
But yeah, that must be fascinating. What kind of pictures did your dad take?
He took lots of portraits of us.
Okay.
So he had his favorite. I mean, my favorite, because the Hasselblad was medium format. You could really blow it up really nice.
Yeah.
And on film, you don't lose any resolution, right?
Yeah.
It's like just amazing. And he did a lot of black and white photographs of us in large form. But photos, when I talk about real photographs, like in the old school photographs, have a totally different meaning now, I think, from what we see on social media, right?
I think on social media, or the kind of platforms that are given to us today, we are bombarded with thousands and thousands of images. So what happens is then your attention span to look at these images becomes really short. So the way you consume,
even then, if you're consuming it on a phone, it's tiny. The resolution is
different,
lousy, and
So, I mean, there are still powerful photographs that can still stop you in your tracks, even if you're looking at it through the phone, for an example. But I think it's just that because we are surrounded with so many images, those moments or those pictures.
Is quality necessary still?
I think what they want is perfection, right? So, even on mobile phones these days, like they have zoom functions because anytime you zoom, there's always going to be a loss of quality in the images when you zoom in and out. That's why fixed lenses are priced a lot more higher, because you have to shoot at a fixed distance, right? The make of it is different. So,
and not only that, you can't get bokeh on
you can,
right, on digital
on phones, but the thing is, what I noticed is they have AI technology now that can help to perfect your pictures if you were zooming in, let's just say the moon or something which is really, really far.
Okay.
And to me, then you're kind of tampering with reality.
Okay.
And I don't really like that very much.
Okay.
But also because I come from
But that's very interesting when you say you're tampering with reality.
Yeah.
What is your philosophy towards photography? What is it to you? Why make it your career?
Well, I think first of all, the kind of industry which I'm in is photojournalism and documentary photography. So
okay, you have to define that.
Yeah.
When you say the word photojournalism, I see you in a hard hat in the middle of
none
Afghanistan.
Of that. Zero that.
Yeah, okay.
We as photojournalists, we have a responsibility to bring the images which are happening within your own country, which could be trending or it could be other parts of the world, and we bring it closer to you because you don't have access to it. So we have journalists who are obviously writing these articles, right? But visually, as humans, we need to see the images. And so those images can either accompany the articles, or they can be a standalone image, or they could be a photo series of 5 to 10 images that tells a story.
Okay.
When you look at the sequence of the images.
Okay.
You have to tell the truth. There's no posing. You cannot alter reality. So see again. So say for example, if I was gonna,
is it like street photography?
It's a bit similar, but it's beyond because you're telling a story. It's a lot more deeper. So it goes beyond the surface because I feel
so you
street
actually
is surface.
Have a story in mind, and then you go and find the images that would fit into your story.
Yep.
But you would try and make them as candid as possible.
Yeah, and also sometimes, photojournalism could be also documenting an event. It could be something historical, it goes into so
what
many
are the stories you are telling about Singapore? Is this your area, Singapore?
Singapore is my area. Southeast Asia is my area. South Asia
Let's start
is
with
also
Singapore.
my area.
What are the stories that are closest to your heart? They want to tell
So many. So the first ever actually Singapore story I shot, and which is still a work in progress since I started in 2013, was a series called 6.9. So obviously we're such a small country. So what does that mean for us?
Yeah.
Our space is so constrained.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have to contend with a population which is aging, and our birth rates are one of the lowest in the world. Right? So of course we have to bring in people from other countries to make up these figures. So what does that mean for Singapore? Places of interest and historical significance is going to be cleared away so that more housing is going to come in. And then of course, I think when people don't understand another human being who has come in from overseas, xenophobia can also happen, which I disagree with because a lot of our forefathers were migrants to this country. So I documented that, and I had to do that in a very quick time frame of about 2 months, but I'm still photographing that really, really slowly. If you go on my website, you can see some of the images. Yeah. As you can see over here, I documented many different places around Singapore and the lives of people as well. So I also went to Kampong Bongkok. It's the last kampong in Singapore. I think it's basically like a time capsule, and the inhabitants have chosen to still live in this village, and it's a bit of an insight into how our forefathers lived in Singapore. And I'm really glad that it's still intact. So all of these things I'm saying, everything is on the surface. If you're going to go even deeper, it's going to take me like hours to talk about this.
Sure.
So I
like this photo because it reminds me of my grandmother's house back in the old days. And I like the way that you shot it. And my own interpretation is that there's a sense of sadness there because there's an emptiness there. On old school TV.
It seems a bit sad, or a bit melancholic, but they were actually really happy when I met them. But of course, I guess there will be this sadness that the kampong is not how it used to be.
Nostalgia more than sadness.
Maybe not a mixture of everything.
That's me. I mean, a photo is for the person looking at it to interpret. Right?
Absolutely. So it's a very quiet moment, and this image was only made after many conversations with them. the trust has to be earned before you
Sure.
can actually walk into someone's
Yeah,
place.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, they
Yeah, unlike very many rude YouTubers, right? They just take photographs.
yeah, no, I mean, so this is the other thing with photojournalism. You need to have ethics. It's
Yeah.
really important, and that's something which I really stress about.
Yeah.
Permissions. I shot this on my Canon 5D Mark III.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was
Okay,
actually
that's a
a
good
really
camera, yeah.
good camera. It worked as a tank. It served me well, but I no longer have it. These are the HDB flats which
I like
were
this.
encroaching into the space of the of Kampong Bongkok. You can't stop the establishments from the
Yeah.
outside. So that talks the clash between modernity and obviously the traditional sort of space. And this is Nene Isa's sister, who actually is suffering from dementia. So I think they tried to house her in a HDB flat, but it was just not working. She wanted to be in a place where she was comfortable, because you're talking about memories
Yeah,
and someone who has
yeah,
dementia,
yeah.
you want to keep them in a safe space. So I made a very quick portrait with the permission of her family members
Yeah.
and when she was lucid as well.
Wow.
So I think what I loved about each house had their own sort of character. The colors, the kind of items that was strewn across that place. I mean,
Let me ask you.
yeah.
I mean, is Kampong Buangkok important to Singapore?
It is
Is it
important.
important? Why is it important?
I think because it's the last kampong which is around, and it gives insight to the future generations about
Okay.
this is how kampongs, how they are built, and how the community spirit is nurtured as well. The conversations that take place, because now we live in our HDB flats, even more so with the modern ones, those conversations with your neighbors don't really happen in the same sort of manner which probably our parents or grandparents had the experience back then in their childhood or while they were growing up, and we don't really have that anymore. So because this eventually I know is going to disappear completely one day, I also think of it, taking these pictures are a bit of a historical record,
Like an
to
archive.
keep. I photographed friends, I photographed
This is nice.
Mohammad Samsuri, who used to live with 6 of his children in a 2-room flat. So talking about how space is juxtaposed within his environment compared to the outside. And I photographed my best friend. I think at this point, it was kind of ghost-like, because when I shot this in 2013 was when she actually just lost her mom to cancer. And I think they told her that she had her mother, I mean, she's Muslim, so the grave, or how much time she has in that grave, her resting place is limited. Eventually, it's going to be moved into a space which is going to be housed with the others as well. So we were just talking about that, and against the modern landscape of Singapore. This was one of the grave digger, and that's his ancestral sort of job. There were so many rituals that were associated with it, which me as a Singaporean, I did not know. So I felt like when I was actually covering this work, I got to know my country even deeper, even further. So I met so many...
What are the reactions of people who have seen your photos?
I think it was, thankfully, it was well received in Singapore. This won the top 30 under 30 Magnum Photos Documentary Award back in 2014. So this was exhibited in Birmingham. It was also exhibited in the US. It was exhibited in my college as my final year project. So it was exhibited
in London.
In London, yeah.
But was this ever exhibited in Singapore at all?
Yes, so it came up in a book, which is called a Plus 50. So this was part of the SG50. Now we're SG60. So this was 10 years
wonderful.
back.
So what do your parents say when they see your photographs? I mean, what are the reactions to it? I know your dad's a photographer as well, right? He's a journalist, right?
He was an infographic journalist in Straits Times for 40-something years. Parents being parents, you know how they are, but after a while they will ask me questions, and they'll tell me what they like and what they did not like. Sometimes my dad will ask me more questions in the sense that, like, oh, did you talk to this person? Maybe you could have done it in a little bit of a different angle. So it's more encouraging. Never... Both my parents are some of the most supportive parents I've ever met. They're super encouraging, like from day one.
What other projects do you have to tell about Singapore?
All Is Not Lost is about a very young Singaporean girl called Chan Si Ting, who lost all of her hair to alopecia areata. So it's not a Singaporean story per se, but it's still about a Singaporean women. And we photographed places and spaces that represented her journey while she was navigating this hair loss, and it was shot more in a documentary way. Documentary projects are a lot more personal. You can still shoot a real life topic, but you can make it a bit more creative. It could be a lot more artistic. So these were all shot on film, by the way. And this was exhibited in Singapore and many different places in Southeast Asia, as well as in Germany. Unfortunately, she has already passed away. She passed away due to cancer at the age of 28 years old. And that was really, really sad because she was not just someone I photographed. She was a very dear friend of mine. And I just wanted to understand what her journey was and to help my friend out. And she was very open. She said yes straight away. So we were actually, we started a friendship from there. So what happened was I got a scholarship from the Obscura Photo Festival in Penang, where they selected 12 Southeast Asian photographers to work on a project together with Goethe Institute, who sponsored it, and Oiskreutz agency, where we had 2 mentors from the agency. And anyways, they wanted us to shoot a topic which is relating to youth. So we have to do that within our own countries.
You shot this on your Hasselblad?
Yes.
I can see the meat.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
We got her friends involved.
And this is her?
Yes, that's her. With the wig on.
She's gorgeous. I mean,
she's gorgeous with and without. Yeah, she's beautiful and she was amazing. This is a collaboration. This is not just my project.
Sure, I mean, she had to definitely be a part of it.
Yeah,
right?
This is a collaboration between me and her. There were so many conversations that took place. I even have her writing. In what she felt in while navigating through her journey, and also looking at the images. How the colors of someone's world can change, upon discovery of your hair loss, and what that means.
But what do you think, is Singapore, through your experiences as a photographer and being a photographer, I would say you are a hypersensitive observer because you need to be, right?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
Do you think Singaporeans are more inclusive now?
I definitely think it's a little bit more inclusive, only because I feel the younger generation are a lot more aware and they are a lot more frank with their thoughts, and they will call you out if you have, let's just say, discriminated someone. I'm not saying, I'm saying there's still a lot more work that needs to go into that area, but I think it's a little bit different from before. Yeah. However, I think the discrimination is still there as long as there are indifferences or people who don't understand it or they have not grown that empathy. Yeah. But I think that's very universal. It is. It's very universal in that sense. Yeah.
In Singapore, Singaporeans typically want to look at the world through rose-tinted glasses. They don't like to talk about things that are uncomfortable.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
And is this a good thing or a bad thing? Is there a middle ground? Is that, for example, I see what you're doing. It's very balanced.
Yeah.
I mean, there are things that in Singapore that can be improved on.
For sure.
And you show it through your photographs.
Sure, for sure, yeah.
And yet at the same time, you showcase the beautiful things about Singapore.
Yeah, because there are beautiful things about Singapore, but there's also bad things.
Yeah.
But I also think it's just my background where you have to be balanced wherever you go to. I mean, I think that in Singapore, the problem is it's very difficult for a lot of them to talk about uncomfortable topics. They tend to shy away from it. Yeah. I don't know if it's our education. I don't know if that's how we're being brought up, but it's always kind of like buried and put into a corner.
Do you think it's just self-centeredness? I don't want to talk about it until it happens to me?
Maybe. Yeah, partially. Yeah. I'll try to be very polite here.
I just mean very self-centered. Just, okay. I mean, I'm not, why should I talk about racism until one day until
Yes.
it happens to me.
Yeah.
Why should I talk
Yeah.
about cancer until it happens to me?
Oh,
Or
100%. I mean, if you're going to talk about racism, right?
Yeah.
Discrimination,
Yeah.
I think that's something where it's, for a lot of them, it's very uncomfortable to talk about it.
Yeah.
Or their eyes would just glaze over. So there's a sense of, let's just use the word ignorance for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that it's unique to Singapore. I mean, it happens everywhere else.
Happens.
But of course, for us being Singaporeans, and for me from a minority group as well, it does hit a note. And it what else can be improved? There's so much more that can be improved. So
what do you think can be improved? What message can be put
all,
out there? At the most basic level, the government has done its job. Because if you go overboard, you're going to get arrested. Rightfully so. I mean, you can't openly go and criticize somebody else and somebody else's religion or race, right? I mean, there are the rules and regulations in place. Okay? But what can we do to make it more natural?
There needs to be more open conversations, and we need to have the spaces for that, right? So I find that there's inability to talk about race in Singapore. Now we have a little bit more because of social media platforms and things like that, but you still have to be very careful because it can be perceived in a very different way. But I think we should be able to talk about race without discriminating one another, but also to acknowledge if that discrimination has been done towards you, or if you've been marginalized in a certain way, or if you've been taken to be as a token representation. I think these things need to be spoken about. I also don't think the minority...
I think that's the fine line.
Yeah.
Because unless you have a very sensitive sensor, what's the fine line? Because it's so easy for me to say something, and then if you're hypersensitive or a person who you just take it the wrong way and just report me, right? And then suddenly
of course.
There's a full-blown investigation.
Of course.
I didn't say, so I think there's this juggling in Singapore, right?
I mean, I think that's that. And also, I mean, I feel like, we just need to have more open-ended conversations, but also I feel it's not for the minorities to continually do the labor of, explaining and re-explaining.
Definitely.
I feel like the majority should take the space to educate another individual, which I'm starting to see that among my friends, which I'm very proud of them to do so. They're like, okay, hold up, we are going to help you out in this. And I think more of that needs to happen,
Just before we had two amazing young poly students. One was Malay and one was Chinese. And I tell you, the energy between them was amazing. So this Chinese girl, she actually fasted to see what it meant. And I think they're very good friends. They're best friends or something. And the Malay girl, during Chinese New Year, was the only one who actually brought a proper present for her.
Oh, that's so nice.
I said, this is amazing. The friendship, the sensitivity.
100%. The exchanges you have with one another. I mean, my parents, our neighbor is Chinese, but it's an unspoken tradition that every year during Chinese New Year, she will come and she'll give all the food to us, whatever she has prepared and things like that. And then Deepavali is the same thing. But it doesn't lie just with these important days. I mean, if someone is sick, right, we look out for one another. And when I was young, both my parents were working. They would keep an eye on me, and like, and anything happens, like once the electricity tripped, and I felt so safe to go to their house. Safety is that word. And they're not just a neighbor, actually. They are like family, and we have that spirit in our HDB.
It's part of the Singaporean.
It's part of the Singaporeanness,
psyche, right?
For sure. And there's so many elements. So this is why I get really pissed off with people who don't understand Singapore, who are not from Singapore, and then they come to Singapore. It's so boring. It's like, no, this is precisely why I work on these stories, because there's so much to this country. And it doesn't have to be a big story like 6.9. We have smaller stories that can reside within your own home. My friendships, nothing to do with photography. I have friends, who are Chinese, and they stand up for my community as well, and they, like I said, educate one another and never leave me with that labor. So I appreciate that too.
What's in your future? What do you want to become? What's the apex for you?
I'm working on a story, another Singaporean, story which I think it's very unique in what is it like to be a Tamil growing up in Singapore. I'm a 5th generation Tamil as well.
Okay.
And, to have access to archival images and to be able to see pictures of my great-great-grandfather in Singapore, I think that's really interesting. I can't share those images yet because they are still a work in progress. So that is something which I would like to push further. So I'm documenting.
This is really interesting.
Yeah.
Identity for the younger generation is extremely important.
Yeah, of course.
We had another guest, and his parents were from Pulau Ubin. So he's orang Pulau. And he is on his journey to show that the orang Pulau are part and parcel of Singapore's heritage.
Oh, 100%. And I think his story is really important.
He's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And why do you think that in those in the younger generation like yourself and this other gentleman, his name is Wan, it's so important to you, the identity?
Well, I think
in my generation, all we were concerned about was, can we make money?
I think also we have a post-colonial hangover, and not everybody, but a lot of us are waking up from it.
The younger generation,
especially, for sure, because our history did not start in 1819. Singapore was a thriving trading hub way before the British arrived. But we were fed this narrative for a very, very long time until up to recently, that there were more questions, more people digging into history to be like, hey, you know what? It did not just start then. There's such a rich, illustrious history that had begun way before, right? And for me, why I chose to shoot this project, one of the reasons is this, but also uniquely being a Tamil Singaporean. The experiences are very different from a Tamil who's grown up in Tamil Nadu. I'm not from India. I'm from Singapore. So what makes us to be uniquely a Tamil Singaporean? What are the aspects that go into this, right? We are generations that have lived on over here. There's so many rituals, there's so many customs that are intertwined with one another, are unique.
And unique to Singapore, right?
Absolutely.
And even the food itself,
exactly.
It's Singaporean Tamil food. If you go back there,
it's different.
To the motherland in India, right?
How we speak Tamil is also different.
It's like prata here. They don't have the equivalent in India, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's totally different. And I think that's important. And also representation. I think there should be more visuals and, and this is a love letter to my community. And I want to work on it. I think it's important. Where it goes to, where it lies in. I'll leave it up to that space, but I would love to have it exhibited and be in a book and some sort of tangible sort of...
I'm very impressed. I certainly wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Tell you it will be a success.
Thank you.
So now I hope you're hungry. We've got to go to the kitchen. I'm going to cook something.
Okay,
and we'll
I'm
come back
excited.
and chat some more. I'm making for you a pretty rare recipe. We call it Macanese prawns from Macau. Macau was colonized, until recently was a Portuguese, relatively recently a Portuguese colony. True Macanese or food from Macau was lost for some time. So for a long time, when you went to Macau, you would only eat Hong Kong food, Cantonese food, or you would eat mainland Chinese food. But now there's a resurgence of trying to find identity again in Macau. So you see a resurgence of many of the old true fusion recipes of East and West, Portugal and Asia. Arising, and this is truly one of them. I tell you why. Okay,
I'm really excited. Can't wait for you to cook.
We have green chili.
Yes.
We have shallots,
right?
We have garlic.
Yes.
And we have coconut milk here. And we have tamarind. Okay.
Oh, I love
so this
tamarind.
we are all familiar with.
Yes.
Malay cooking, Indian cooking.
We have all of this,
But this is where it becomes very interesting.
Okay.
This is saffron.
Yes, I noticed
That's not unique to Southeast Asian cooking.
No, it's not.
It's not, right?
Yeah.
And we have paprika, which is mostly Middle Eastern and parts of India. They would use paprika. All right. So
and in Spain and in Portugal
in Spain
too.
and Portugal. So this is where the east meets west comes about. All right. So first we have to make, we call the rempah. All right. We have to tumis the rempah. Yes, sous chef, pass me the green chili.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you. Well done.
Trying to
Okay.
make myself
Pass
useful.
me the garlic.
There you go.
Well done.
Lots of
There
garlic.
you go.
Great.
Okay. We got to cook this down
Yeah.
until it really
Yeah.
browns and
Yeah.
caramelizes.
So how long is that going to take?
That's going to take about 20 minutes or so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But while we're doing that, let's put in a bit of salt. It helps with the process.
And you don't measure how much of salt, really. It's more of like how my mom does it.
Agak. Yeah, agak.
Nice. Have you been cooking for like a long time?
Yes and no. Yes, I've been cooking almost all my life.
Yeah.
But seriously, no. Maybe about 20 years.
Is that still
But I'm old.
quite lah.
I'm old. So
20 years is a long time though, yeah. Oh yeah, it's starting to change colour a little bit now. Yeah. But you
But-
said 20 minutes, right?
yeah. So there is a cheat code to this. I'll show you the
Okay,
cheat code later.
okay.
I studied in London as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
Which part?
I studied in the London School of Economics.
Oh, LSE.
Yeah.
Nice. How long were you there for?
Wow. I was there for 1.5 years.
Did you like it?
LSE?
London? Yeah.
London itself, yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. What? Oh, do you miss London in any way, or it was another
Not-
chapter in your life? Or?
Not now. I don't miss the London now. I mean, all the horror stories that I read
That
about
you're
it.
hearing and things.
I'm quite fearful of the place. It's the stabbing capital of the year of the world. You know, I don't. I may be wrong, but
So you just want to preserve the memories
the
that you
good
had.
memories that I
Right,
had. Yeah.
right.
Okay, so we still need to
Let it
cook
simmer
down
and
for a
cook.
while.
Yeah.
Thanks, Amrita. We now add in some paprika,
So the color's gonna change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
cumin. Oh, you can smell it, right?
Yeah,
Once the
I can.
paprika goes in, changes.
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
Look
lovely.
at the color change. Yeah.
Have a good
Awesome.
stir.
I feel like a professional chef, in the chef's table.
Very good. You make a chef.
It's really hot. Yeah. Yeah, I can really smell the paprika.
The
like, coming
paprika,
through.
right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
coming through, right?
Yeah. Give it to
Okay.
you. Wow, it's really heavy. Oh my god, I didn't expect that.
Oh, okay, Amrita, see, it's cooked down into this
Yeah, I
nice
like the-
caramelized
Yeah.
color.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to shift it over there because I think we've run out of gas here.
Alright,
Okay.
so let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, why this dish? How did you come across it? And who taught you how to make this dish?
No one, I found it in the archive online somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember which archive. It's like one of these. The person had curated this recipe and said this is an old school recipe, and so what I've done is I've just chucked in coconut milk. So this is the Asian part again.
Okay.
Okay.
The more creamy.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna add in more saffron.
More saffron. Okay.
Expensive dish.
Yeah, I know. And
Yeah.
you've got like a bunch over there
Yeah.
as well.
And some of paprika.
It's gonna have a much more deeper
Yeah.
sort of color. Yeah.
Cooking is all about heat control.
exactly,
Up, down,
yeah.
up, down, up,
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
It depends on what. Yeah.
What stage you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see, can you see the oil has split? It's coming up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is roughly when we know that it's cooked
It's cooked
well
exactly.
enough.
Yeah.
So now we add in a bit of tamarind.
My favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is again unconventional because most of the time in Asian cooking, you don't put tamarind with coconut milk.
That's
The
true.
old school aunties would say, "Hey, what are you doing? tamarind and coconut milk don't go, right?
Well, I can't wait to taste to see
Yeah.
how they come together for this dish.
Okay, so now we put in some
The prawns.
prawns.
It's quite good. I like how it all comes together
Yeah.
at this point. Yeah.
So you see the dark caramelized sambal has now changed because I put in the coconut milk, right? It's changed color, right? So now you will have like sort of magical effect where it turns color.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
So
it looks like, now it looks like a curry, right?
Yes.
So the original curry says it's a Macanese curry. Alright.
Oh my god, can't wait to try this.
Who mixes tamarind, coconut and saffron? Macanese prawns, born in 16th century Macau, where Portuguese sailors, Chinese cooks and Asian spices met. Eurasian richness, history on a plate, a rare fusion, perfect for Singapore. So we are ready to eat. Lots of this sauce.
Yes, I love sauce. Thank you.
Veggie.
Perfect.
Oops.
Thank you. No, that's fine. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. It's really good. I love the roasted sort of flavors,
Yeah.
and the paprika, it just comes through. Just gonna have some of the prawns as well now.
Very nice.
I don't think I've tasted a dish anything like this. It's very different. It's truly unique.
Yep. Everybody loves this dish.
How often do you cook this then?
I mean, every time we have. So I also run a private dining as well here, right?
Yeah.
So this is part of our around the world menu. Includes this dish.
Well, it must be really well received.
Everybody
No,
says
it's really good.
It's like
Yeah.
so unique, the flavor. But you know, this dish could easily have been created by the Eurasians of Singapore.
I was gonna say.
Right,
Yeah.
because
so you got the perfect
They
blend
have the
of both.
Portuguese
Yeah.
background. They have some of them have the Dutch influence. But you know, see what fusion of races and cultures can bring about. Great, amazing flavors, great, amazing things, right? When there's fusion, right?
No, this is fantastic. My God.
Please enjoy.
The next time I come over, I'm gonna ask for the same as well. I need to get the recipe off you.
Yeah.
You're right. I didn't really realize tamarind can go together with coconut milk.
Yeah.
So it's not very spicy, which is a good thing, I feel. And I mean, how else you think this dish can actually evolve?
Sometimes dishes are already perfect. It's like a good chicken rice.
Yeah.
That's it. It doesn't need to evolve already. I mean, it's perfect as a dish.
I
Right?
mean, it's a really good dish. I don't know anything else. What else you could add on to this?
Yeah.
So, I'm very privileged to be able to try that today. So, thank you. Yeah.
Thanks. Cheers.
Cheers to our yummy Macanese prawns.
Only on
HOTPLATE
SG60. Amrita shared how memory, migration, and quiet moments shape her lens. In Singapore, racial harmony lives in the everyday, shared meals, borrowed stories, neighbors who look out for each other. Like Macanese prawns, layered, unexpected, unforgettable. This is HOTPLATE SG60.